3 years before that, it went all the way up and around.
Ruth Harris has lived at the Rancho Monserrate Country Club since 2012. She's seen fires in this area before and didn't think much about being evacuated last year.
My thought process, and a year ago basically was, we'll probably have to go stay at the beach for a few days because we don't have any electricity. It's going to go up and around us. And so that's kind of what we grabbed, a couple bags of clothes and pajamas, and that's it.
Harris would find out hours later that her home had been completely engulfed by flames.
You don't think. It's just, it's surreal. It's not going to happen to me. It made me physically ill the first time I saw it. Now it's just like, there are no feelings. It's just, that's what happened. It's a sinking feeling. It's just a feeling of, what are you going to do now? Everything that you had was there, and it's gone. It's still hard.
Harris says she lost items in the fire that were irreplaceable.
Family heirlooms, things that, my dad was a cabinet maker, so half my furniture was made by my dad. It's all gone. I mean, you can't replace those. It's those things that made you feel home. Those are the things that I miss. Those things that were either given to us or made by family members or handed down. My great-great-grandmother's, kitchen things that I had. My great-great-great-grandmother's sewing chair. It's gone, but I remember it.
Nearly everything Harris owned was destroyed in the fire, but she was able to salvage a couple of items.
The green tractor back there for the kids, we kept that. It kind of melted, but they love it, the grandkids, and my galvanized buckets up front. I kept those as a reminder. And then I've got, like I said, I've got one Christmas ornament. We hadn't put our Christmas tree up yet. We were going to do it that weekend.
The Rancho Monserrate Country Club missed its popular Christmas party last year because of the fire. This year, the party is sold out.
They want to be here. I mean, it's the biggest party of the year.
Harris says it's that sense of community that's helped her rebuild her life here.
That's what we do. I mean, that's the normal, our parties, and that's the norm. That's what we do.
Jan Carver lives at the country club and helped evacuate residents last year.
I looked out, jumped in this little car and just started running around to the top because we have a lot of elderly people that don't have transportation and can't get out.
While helping people get out, Carver had her car covered in flame retardant. Today, she and others are able to look back on the fire and laugh about the little things.
I snuck in the next morning and drove around and
got my jewelry out.
I said, "Carol, I'm in the park." She said, "Oh, my diamonds were left on the..." And I said, "I'm on it."
I knew I wouldn't get another one if that one disappeared, so.
For Harris, getting her life back to normal has not been easy.
You're used to, going to this cupboard to grab this. I still, and it's been a year, go to look for something and go, I don't have that anymore. That's right, I had that before the fire.
It took her 9 months to get a new home.
Even though we've been in since September, I didn't feel at home. I didn't feel like it was my home. There was nothing in the house, even though it's brand new. New furniture, new things on the walls, nothing was mine. It's starting to feel like mine.
Harris wasn't alone. More than 70 homes were destroyed here. People in the community say aside from the fires, one of the hardest things to deal with was watching strangers come into their backyards.
We had to tell them, you can't come in, it's private property. You feel
violated.
Invaded, and when we came back the Sunday after the fire to get in the house and get some meds, I was very upset because there was a news crew walking around and they were up on someone's property poking through it, and the policeman in our car got out and said, "Get out of there, that's somebody's house." That's an invasion of privacy because you have nothing left. There's rubble and there's people going through looking at your family pictures or broken china.
It's the looky-loos. Oh, let's see what happened, and had no idea of what, that picture of my husband standing in the middle of what used to be our bedroom, and there's nothing there, and these people just, driving by, checking it out. It's like, this is a private thing. That's why we kind of closed off the community.
There are still reminders here of what happened a year ago, but most of it has been cleaned up. A few homes still need to go in and some landscaping is in the works, but for the most part, Rancho Monserrate has bounced back.
And never underestimate the power of seniors, 55 plus, because they regrouped like there was no tomorrow and there was no stopping them. And it's been a beautiful thing.
Matt Hoffman, KPBS News.